Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I'd like to welcome you to sunny and hot Craft Spot. Um, I live in Ontario, which I think many of you know, but if you don't, I live in Ontario, and right now we have an extreme heat warning on, and it's pretty warm. It's not super sunny today, and that's kind of saving us a little bit, but it's warm, 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 and it's humid. And so, full disclosure, bathing suit cover up, wet bathing suit underneath. Yes, I was in the lake not that long ago. My hair is still pulled back, my hair is still damp, my ponytail is wet, but it's helping me to stay cool and relatively comfortable. And that's the beauty of being at the lake, right? You get hot, you go jump in it. Go jump in a lake. Okay. And I do. So anyway, that's what's up today. And if you are in this heat, I hope that you have some air conditioning or a fan, or you're able to take it easy and you're not overheating because stay hydrated, plenty of fluids. I have There we go. Yep, got my water over there, and I am staying hydrated. And we still walk in the mornings, and we try and beat the really hot stuff. But I've been drinking a lot of water when we've been walking the last couple days. So anyway, it's supposed to be one more day of this, and then it's supposed to break. And hopefully it doesn't get too cold then, because it's summer and I like it hot. It means I come dressed a little bit casual for Craft Spot, but here we are. It's all good, right? Okay, so I should see if I can find us on here. If you are here, say hello. Let me know that you are watching. I love to have you hang out with me if you're watching the replay. I love having you hang out on replay. I'm not there with you at the same time, but always great to know that you stopped by and that you had a little look and you watched, and hopefully you like what you see. So, shall we get at it? Let me just put this down to the crafting space and come in here. You can see I still have some cards sitting here. You may recognize these. These were the three cards from my class, my online class last week on CraftSpot. So for any of you that placed an order, a qualifying order, I have these kits. They will go out in the mail possibly tomorrow, Friday at the absolute latest. So depending on which ones I get packed in which order. Some will go out tomorrow, some will go out Friday. So, but they are on their way. The tutorial will be emailed on Friday. So you will, along with your kit and the video from last week, you will also have the full PDF tutorial. So that is how I run my online classes. So if you watched that class last week, you can certainly watch it again and just copy these cards as you see fit. But if you placed an order between last Wednesday and yesterday, then I had said I would also send you all the pieces, all the paper pieces, so that you could make it. And those of you whose order was over $60, you are also going to get the free package of gems I have used on these cards. Those iridescent foil gems. So those will be in your package as well. So, okay, moving on to today. Hello, Lorna, welcome. What do we have to say here? Oh, it says hello. All good. I hope you are staying cool wherever you happen to be. And don't work too hard. See, there we go. We can't work too hard. It's too warm. Okay, so I have a relatively new bundle, new because it's just come out with the annual catalog, even newer to me because I just got it in my order this week. And we're gonna have a little bit of a play with Seaside Wishes. And look, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble with lights and spots and stuff. But there we go. Seaside Wishes. Look at that. Some sand dollars, some starfish, Some other little pebbly things, some little sand bits. Oh, you can't see those too well, can you? Come in. There we go. Oh, look at those. There. I love uh, I love those spots and stamp sets. And then some wonderful sentiments. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. Love you. Your friendship is the best gift. You absolutely made my day. Wonderful sentiments. Yes, I suspect you would be very grateful for AC. I don't have AC at the cottage, but we have fans and we have a lake, so it's all good. Okay, so that is the stamp set. Then there are dies with it, and you can see that there are some, I don't know whether these are, I guess these, I don't know that these are sand dollars. These are some sort of seashell. I'm not really up on my seashells. We have some starfish guys. We have some, underwater flora growing stuff. And then there is an embossing folder. And this is a hybrid embossing folder. So can you see here? Let me just see if we can get this. You see, it's an embossing folder. So it's going to emboss all those things. Here is, hopefully you can see this. Oh, okay, baby, let's get some focus going on. You see that? Doesn't focus really well. Hopefully you can get a little bit of an idea of that sand dollar embossing on there. But it's also a hybrid, which means there is a die that fits in here. And you will see that I have taped it down here. And that was so that I could stamp some of these sand dollars and then put them in. Can you see that this has been stamped? A little difficult. This will show you. I wasn't really thrilled with how these turned out, but it'll be easier to see. So these two, I stamped with Mossy Meadow ink. Not quite right, but anyway, I did it. And then I ran them through the hybrid embossing folder. So they are embossed. You can see that they're not flat, but they're not flat, and they got cut out. So lots of different things that you can do with this bundle. Interesting stuff and kind of fun. Okay, so, and I had there's a stamp for these two sizes. There was not a stamp for this size, so I used this one to just tape this down, because when you put your inked up piece in, you have to fit it in this way. And so you have to fit it in like this, and you want to see where the ink goes and stuff. So little finicky, but then you can just kind of close this and grab this, and then it stays in the right place. And then when you cut, it cuts it out, and you end up with that. So a little bit more fiddly, a little bit more work, but not terribly difficult to do. Certainly, if it's not too fussy for me, then you know it's not too fussy, because I'm not really a super fussy crafter. I prefer the quick and easies. So, but anyway, that was all very doable. So, as is typically the case when I get something new, and you've seen some of the things that I've done, I just tend to cut and to play and, see what I got. So this is just the just cardstock cut to cut it out. This is crumb cake. This is basic beige, our new basic beige, and it's a wonderful just very neutral, not white, not yellowy or very vanilla, not really brown. It's just lovely. These starfish I actually stamped on Lost Lagoon cardstock. So there's one straight up. You can't see it a whole lot on camera. You can't even see it a whole lot in person. I stamped it with basic beige just to give it a little bit of something. but not a whole lot. This one I've stamped basic beige on basic beige cardstock. So they're stamped. This is the cardstock, just plain. My lighting is still not good. I haven't been home to get my other lights, so we're still dealing with not great light, but there it is. Hopefully you have a little bit of an idea. So I made those, and then I just cut out some of these guys. I cut some out of Lost Lagoon, cut some, these are Petal Pink sand dollars. This is the hybrid embossing folder, so I just put plain cardstock in with the die and the embossing folder, and so these are embossed and die cut all at once. Just see the embossed, what it is. So now I could just take Stella and add that to that. That might be kind of lovely for a quick and easy card. We shall see, eh? So many ideas. Do I have Stella here? Yes, I do. It's all good. Okay, so I was thinking, hadn't exactly planned out what I was going to do. It was more, I have my second card is kind of planned. How's that? And I was going to, I'll save the second one for to be the second one, so I can finish on a high note where it looks like I have a clue what I'm doing. Because as you know, this is my craft adventure, right? I always invite you to join me on my crafting adventure because, days like today, especially when I'm playing with new things, I don't know exactly where it's going to go. Now, I was thinking that I wanted to use a dauber to add some petal pink ink to something. Oh, to this. I was thinking I would just put a little bit of pink hue on there. I don't know where my petal pink ink pad is. I have an ink pad. I think the ink pad's at home. I should have an ink spot, but I can't find it. So, plan B says get out your Stampin' Write marker and put your ink onto the block. Now, I'm quite sure you cannot see this because I can't even see this other than it is shiny, but I have put some marker down there, and now I'm going to pick it up with my dauber, and then I'm just going to brush it onto here a little bit. Looks very, very orangey. This true confession again, I am using a previously loved dauber that used to have mango melody, maybe mango. So something orangey yellow, and maybe that's, petal pink is sort of a yellowy pink anyway, but this looks a little more orange. But anyway, we are adding a little bit of color, whatever this color turns out to be. We're adding it to these. So but it's a little faster if you have your ink pad to pick up ink with your dauber. But this will work. We're sort of getting into the little more pink stuff now. Interesting. I tried to clean it. I didn't really seem to have any ink coming out of it until I added more ink to it. It's an interesting thing. Like I said, craft adventure, right? Here we go. Okay, so we have a little bit of color on there. And let's see, then I was sort of thinking, I should have brought something for a sentiment, and I did not. But I think that I could just use a strip. Hopefully I have some of Basic beige, probably the best. And we'll just we'll bring in a whole sheet of basic beige. I think I probably have some sitting out somewhere, but I won't spend time looking for it. And then I'm thinking, where is this? Seaside, you absolutely made my day. How's that? Except that it's missing. Oh, because it's still on the sheet. Told you, brand new, still on their sheet. So, okay, I'm gonna use him. So when you're using these long ones, you just want to kind of let it drop. If it the photopolymer, just let it drop onto your desktop, and then pick it up with your block, because you can um, you can sort of bend them very easily. And in fact, if you want your sentiment a little bit curved, then that's marvelous. But if you want it straight, it's not so good. So if you just sort of let it drop, it will tend to fall flat. And then you can put your block on it and um, pick it up, and hopefully it'll be flat. Okay. Now, I don't, because this is a little bit orange, I'm not sure I want to use those petal pink guys. I'm thinking we might use this crumb cake guy and maybe some of this, or even just this with this starfish guy. Just going to put this guy right over top of that. So many choices. Just him to show a little bit. Okay, let's start with, so maybe we'll use Lost Lagoon ink, which I did bring. And we will stamp the sentiment on here and go from there. Oh, haha, I cut this a half inch strip. I kind of think I need a 3/4 inch strip. I'm just going to set that up there. And see, usually I don't cut these strips. I just go into my scrap bin, but this is a brand new color and I haven't made a lot of scraps yet. So I'm cutting and didn't really check the stamp first to see what I needed. This will be better. There we go. You absolutely made my day. Here's another of those. Oh, just gonna get this quick clean. And then we will close this just so we don't have any issues. I kind of actually like that on there. I'm not a big fan of this stuff that I colored. Can you tell? Maybe we'll put a couple of them on here. Thought this would be a little pinker. So, but that's okay. You know, there are no mistakes, right? There's only opportunities. And if I did this one, I should have one more of those. I had been thinking about using on another card, but maybe I will abandon that idea. Okay, I will abandon the other idea. Oh, it doesn't even go there. It goes on this one. This over top, this over top. Sorry, I'm a little low on time. Maybe I will put one of these on as well. these, one of these, one of these, one of these, one of those. Should we cover this whole thing up? Could cover the whole thing in these, or I could put some of the pink back on. What? Maybe like this. Get the starfish going in there. Put this down here, then I have room for the starfish to come kind of like that. Maybe the smaller one. Little starfish, or this little guy. Okay, maybe something like that, eh? What do you think? Or do you do a big and a little in the pink? So, too many options now, see? I think I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, here goes. I'm gonna pull some of this stuff off. I have a half plan. That's how much of a plan we have. We're gonna put these on top. And the next time we're not going to reuse we're not going to reuse the dauber. We'll get, I don't know where I should have a petal pink dauber too. It's probably with my petal pink ink. So I'm putting glue on here, but it's not going to hold them down flat because they're embossed. These circles, these sand dollars are embossed, and the card underneath is embossed. So the edges are going to have a little bit of lift to them, which is fine. Saves me from using dimensionals. Just gives it a little more lift and texture and look and things. So, okay, so there we go with that. And then I think, where did my scissors go? Here we go. I'm just going to do an angle on this and an angle. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to start a little longer because I'm kind of would like to have somewhere for the starfish to sit, just kind of dangling onto there. You know, this guy, I'm going to glue him. I'm going to dimensional him there and there. So I want dimensionals here. Where are my dimensionals? Here we go. I'm going to put a dimensional in there, and I'm not pushing it down because I'm not positive it's quite in the right spot, but I think it is. I think that will work. And then I'm going to put a little dab of glue on this end. So when you're using dimensionals and you've got other levels underneath, you just want to kind of make sure you're adding height in your low areas and then gluing flat in your raised areas. And then everything will just sit nicely. Like that. Turned out well. Okay, now this guy, he's going to be up there. And so I think I need to put a dimensional under him, and I think I'm going to need to put a little dimensional under him. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm also going to put any of these any thicker. These two might be ever so slightly thicker. Those two, this one. So I'm gonna put a dimensional onto, I don't know whether it'll fit. Let's see. No, I'm going to have to cut the mini dimensional even, but I think I just want to hold this down, make sure he's nice and secured. So but I want him raised because that's going on to there. So we'll just put that onto there, and then we can put just a little dab of glue onto these three, and the other guy will just hover. I think that should hold them into place. So a little dab of glue onto these guys. Take these backs off. What are we doing here? This way. There we go. There. That's how it was supposed to go on. And then do we want this guy on? We could just go up into here even, couldn't we? Tuck under ever so slightly. Okay. So this one, it would be nice to get a dimensional onto here. Oh, that's pretty tiny. But we can do it. We can try. We can do it. I'm going to have to cut another mini dimensional. I'm going to cut it in half. And we'll see if we can get this into about there. And this kind of a good place. So this might be show through just an itty bitty bit, but I don't think you'll really notice it a whole lot. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be okay, because once I stick it down, I get a little messy trying to pick it up. And then there is the task of getting the back off this super itty bitty piece. But again, we can do it. Okay. I'm just going to tuck this under here and let that go down in between those two, so it's in the lower area. And then this one has a larger area. That might actually fit a whole mini dimensional. It's going to fit, okay. Ever so slightly. I think we'll be okay there. Pull that off, and we'll just put them right about there. There. Okay, so, what started as something that wasn't looking too good is it's kind of all coming together now, isn't it? Looking okay. Now there's a lot of texture on that already, so I might put this on flat. You could also, when I do tone on tone, I do often use dimensionals just to get a little bit of extra height so that you can, really see the two layers of the tone on tone. But I think that this one will be okay because it's got the embossing going on. So, okay, there we go. And now all we need, I don't know if there's any particular gems that were sort of, you can put on anything you want, obviously, but anything that was kind of sort of, I don't know what was shown in the catalog of this. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just not doing a good job of saying it, but let's see. See what we have in our box of goodies here. Thing is especially jumping at me. I do have these. I do love these. These are the adhesive back textured dots. And they're just, they're almost like a gunmetal kind of coloring. They could work. I probably have something in Lost Lagoon. Oh, we have these iridescent foil gems from last week. They might work. They're kind of hanging out in the basic beige department there. We have these. They might work too. Those are from the latte. A lot of love. A whole latte, a whole lot of love, whole latte, love, cafe latte, the coffee one. I'm so sorry, I should know. But this, they're just called adhesive backed swirl dots. But look, this goes with that. And I think that might just pick up the petal pink with a little bit of the tawny kind of going on. Oop. Good. Are these all? This is just one size of these guys. So let's go down here. Up here, down here, down here. Yes. There we go. It's a whole kind of conglomerate sort of thing, but I'm going to be honest, it started out with that yellowy orange, and I was like, oh dear, this is not the coloring that I was after, that I envisioned, because, I might not actually make the card in advance, but I always have a vision in my head, and it was not going down that path very well, but it's come together, and now I'm okay with this. I'm happy with how it turned out. Okay, so let's move some of these things aside. And I still think Wink Stella on this would make just a quick and easy, relatively simple kind of card that would be lovely. So watch for that. Okay, so this one, I did see a version of this online. Hello, Donna, welcome. Um, and it sort of inspired me to come up with this. So again, basic beige, standard card base. Give him a fold. Try and recall where we put our bone folder after we used it the last time. I realize we have no clue. Yes. I have too much on my desk. This is what happens when you're playing with new product, I think. You have all sorts of bits and pieces on the go. There it is. Okay, it was just hiding. Okay, so basic beige. And then Lost Lagoon. This is a new embossing folder. So swirly. I believe it is online, an online exclusive. But oh, I don't know what I was thinking when I measured this. Oh, it is 4¼ by 5¼ Okay, well, that's all right. Better too big than too small, right? We're just gonna cut it down to 4 inches. Which is good because I just smushed that edge. Oh my goodness. What, okay, I'm at the risk of messing this up. I'm gonna get up my paper snips. I don't know what I did to that edge other than smush into it. And so we're just gonna hand snip this. since it's just a tiny bit. Kind of messed up that edge a little bit. Smushing at it. Okay. It's over here. Are we okay? I need to kind of butchered that. I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit with my paper snips. Okay. Better size now. Okay, so this is going to go onto here. And then what else did I have? Oh, I took some, this is the Thoughtful Journey designer series paper that we used last week in the card class. And I've run it through on the embossing folder. I don't know that you'll be able to see or not, but there are, let me see here. No, that does not make it better. But there are, does this help? Okay, you're gonna have to kind of trust me. There's just little dots like bubbles almost, or bubbles in the water around the seashells or the sand dollars that the folder cuts out. And so well, perhaps you saw them on this card, right? Can you see them here? I had it in the camera, maybe. There, so those little dots. Okay, so I put my little pieces of designer series paper over those areas, and then I embossed it. And so then you get those interesting looks. And then this is just the seashell. Oh, are sand dollars actually a seashell? Is that, am I mixing up? Am I mixing my terms? These are, I believe they are sand dollars. Is that a kind of seashell? Do you call that a seashell? I don't really know. I'm not up on all my seaside lingo, but I'm going to use one of these for my sentiment. Sometimes the simplest things mean the most. I think that is a wonderful sentiment. Let's put that onto there. There we go. And I think that's all the stamping we will do. And then it's just a little bit of, how we're going to decorate this. What are we going to do here? So what do we have? We have some sand dollars. We have so we could use, oh, this was the guy that we didn't end up using over there after all. And we have him, and we have this. We have some of these. One of these guys. I think maybe just something that maybe we don't even need this starfish. We could just do these things. Okay, let me get this out of here. I'm going to glue these 3 pieces down kind of staggered, just because I think that's how I want them. So we'll go with that, and then we'll we'll build from there. Let's see what we think. Okay. Ooh. Not those things. So this is the back of the designer series paper. This is Thoughtful Journey. Beautiful. It's that designer series paper that has pictures, has images, and we used some of that last week for one of our cards. And it was also, if you are a part of my card club, you are getting half a package of that in your card club pack. And those have all gone out. I still have the ones for the in-person card club next week. Obviously, they'll be waiting for you when you arrive. So you will have half a package of this beautiful paper to play with. and create. And this just shows you don't have to use it just to be the images, the pictures. It's just lovely textured and colors and marbling and patterns and all that sort of stuff. So, okay, then I think maybe this guy next. We'll put him down. I probably want this underneath over top. This. And maybe something like that, eh? Okay, so we'll put this guy down first. I've been pretty generous with the glue on there, but in the center. But this is very textured on very textured. So I wanted to make sure it was going to kind of stick down. And then I think I'm going to come in here with another one of these little dimensionals. And I think, because this is the bigger one, we probably have room. Well, not quite really, do we? Okay, so I'm going to try that again and cut it, trim it a little bit so that it doesn't stick out over the edge. Donna, I hope you can join us this evening for our team meeting. We'll be on Zoom at 7 o'clock tonight. And I did send measurements for a make and take, kind of a fun one this month. Well, I think they've all been kind of fun the last few months. We've had some good card ideas that have been shared at our team meeting. It's the Great Stampin' Believers team meeting. If you are interested in being part of our family of crafters, we would love to have you. Starter kit is always an awesome deal. So you get $165 of any product you wish for just $135. No tax, no shipping. So that's a great deal. And lots of fun perks of being part of the Stampin' Up! Family, part of the Great Stampin' Believers family. And so now after my talk about things being raised and that, I didn't think this was overly raised, but it does seem to be. So I'm not sure that dimensional works. So take it out. And I think that will sit a little bit better there because it's sort of, it's not solid. I was thinking it would be okay, but it's raised. So I guess I should follow my own advice, shouldn't I? Now I also cut out some of these. Where do we want some of these in here? Where are my dimensionals? Sometimes you can stick these in, but I seem to have dimensionals right exactly where I want to put this stuff. There, go in there. Okay, that just sort of looks like rabbit ears. Not really what I'm after. I can pull this one out and this one goes the same way. I can get them down far enough. What do we think? Do we want some of that? I'm not altogether certain. I would like to actually sponge a little bit of Lost Lagoon onto that. So I'm going to try and grab a dauber. I think, look, I can reach. Again, welcome to my wonderful craft space. It's a lot more organized this season, but it's not huge. So when I need to get up and get something, I can do that. Oh, my little case just fell apart, but it looks like it just snaps together. So, Lost Lagoon, here we go. And my Lost Lagoon ink. I'm going to try this on the one that I don't think I'm going to use in case in case we don't like how it looks. Yeah, I'm just gonna come in here with, well, that might actually work, eh? Just to give it a little bit of shading, sort of textural, sort of something or other. Okay, I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna go for it. And if we don't end up liking it, we don't have to use them, right? A little darker than the sample, but might work. Okay. Close this up. And come back over here, and I think that'll work. But I think I want these lifted. So this could be a little bit tricky, but here's the next thing we're gonna try. So I'm gonna put a dimensional right about here. That might be a little bit hot. Well, no, it's gonna be hidden though. It's okay, it's on the underside. I'm gonna tuck the bottom bit in, and then this will hold it in place. This one needs a little bit of a trim. Oh, okay. Thank you for for sticking with us today when you're creating with new stuff. Takes a little longer, apparently. Okay, so just get this down into here again. Come on, you went down in there before. You can go down in here again. Here. This one. Hopefully. Actually on top though, isn't it? Just gets really high. Okay, so it's subtle, but it's there. I think it's okay. And then I think we want this on flat. We'll go flat. We got a lot going on there, so I don't think we're gonna pop that up and make that even um, have even more going on. Just do this flat onto the cutting base. Okay. So turn it over, give it a nice press. We still have this big starfish, but I don't know that, I don't think we need it. I think we've got enough going. I'm gonna, less is more. Stop now. Okay, now what do we want for gems for this guy? He does not have, does not have the petal pink in him, so we don't want the exact same gems that we used last time. But we do have the neutral ones of those. They might just kind of fall in there quite nicely. I could find my take your pick tool. There we go. Over here. Okay. Don't want to pick up with how you quit. There. Woohoo. There we go. Look at that. I think that works. Okay. Oh my goodness, I have so much, I have a lot of stuff on the go here. Okay, let's just come back in here. Put me back here for a moment. So there you go. There's a couple of cards playing with the Seaside Wishes. Stamp, die, embossing folder, hybrid embossing folder. It's got a whole lot of stuff, but it's really fun. And I'm looking forward to using it some more. Could be a class coming up. Anyway, I hope you like these cards. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I hope that we can craft again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.